Hello everybody, welcome to Josh Dell'Aria's Musical Escapades. My name's Josh Dell'Aria, your host, and today I'm super excited because I get to introduce you guys to Canadian singer-songwriter Rose Cousins. Now, Rose Cousins has been around for quite a few years in music now. I think she's been making music since at least 2009, so at least 10, 15 years, something like that. And I think I've heard about her the last couple of years through public radio and stuff like that, but for whatever reason, I never really got the impetus, I guess, to go and look into her music. Not really sure why I didn't, but earlier this year she came out with a new album called Bravado, and I saw a review of it on, I think it was Under the Radar magazine. And so I was like, you know what? Now that I know that it exists, I might as well go and check it out. I can't say that I was a huge fan of every song on the album, but there were a couple that stood out, and this is definitely one of them, called The Return, subtitled Love Comes Back. Now, obviously, I don't know much about Rose because I've only been listening to her for these last couple of months, but beyond the fact that I know she's from Prince Edward Island and that she writes folk music, that's pretty much the extent of what I know. But I've really come to love this over the last couple of months, and, obviously, because of that, I really wanted to give her a review here. However, Sax & Co., which is Rose's publicity company, has published some artist notes for this particular album, and I'll read you some of the things that they have up there. Rose essentially said, and they're basically paraphrasing, it's for those attempting to make their hearts go in more than one direction and those trying to make it go in just one. It's for those who present a version of themselves to the world that doesn't quite match how they feel inside. It's for those who feel misunderstood or unseen, have a hard time saying what they feel, can't seem to hide themselves, wondering if basically essentially the role that they're playing in life is authentic. And Rose says, and I quote, "I think about how we're so disconnected. I get sucked into my phone and I forget to go for a walk because of the sense of obligation that I have that convinces me to get as much work done as possible. It feels like we're not connecting in person as much as we used to, and that may be the loneliest we've ever been." And then she goes on to say, "We get caught in the spin of comparing our lives to social media depictions, false standards of a good life, and so on and so forth." Also, the artist notes mention here that she actually produced this record as well, so that's always pretty cool also. And what has really stood out to me most here is her lyrics. I think you're going to find that these are incredibly, incredibly deep and powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and play the song here. Again, it's called The Return, Love Comes Back.
I wish my heart was a hammer, I'd put you back together, but it's just a heart like yours. If my hands were a paddle, I'd pull you through this trouble, but they're just hands like yours. Here's what these hands can do, be here to hold you, and when you lose your way, here's what my heart would say: love comes back and
That is really inspiring, isn't it? It's like taking a breath of fresh air. It really is. It sounds so uplifting and bright and happy, and I think that's wonderful. First of all, Rose has some excellent word painting when she opens up each verse with this kind of analogy.
I wish my heart was a hammer, if my hands were a paddle, when words are a rainstorm, I wish your eyes were a window.
And all four of those lines really represent how much we as humans have a strong desire to help people in need. But then, 2 lines later, Rose comes out with these lines.
But it's just a heart like yours, but they're just hands like yours, they're just words like yours, but they're just eyes like mine.
And these show us the limitations of our humanity in being able to help people in that way, or being willing sometimes. Sometimes it's just a matter that we are able, but we just don't feel like it, or we may not like that other person. So I really like this dichotomy and the way that she presents it, just the way that she constructs her words in these verses is just amazing. It really brings to light that whole idea of, again, just how we're so willing, or we so strongly desire to want to help people, but there are times when we just can't, or we don't think we have the capacity, or there's something that stops us. And then nonetheless, in the chorus, Rose comes out with that line of love comes back over and over again, and that's, that kind of reminder that, despite all the imperfections of the world and people's inability or unwillingness to help in some cases, there's going to be something that comes back around in positive for you. And that's just such an excellent line of encouragement. So yeah, the lyrics are the main crux of this song, but I don't think that they get where they get to without the help of the music in a lot of these cases. And I'm hearing in the song just a lot of instances where the cymbals come in hard from the drums, and there's a lot of energetic guitar playing and that type of stuff. And I think that really allows the message to be drawn out even more so. Because I think if you didn't have the music the way it was, I think the sentiment of the song might not come across quite as well. And so I think with Rose having the music the way she has the music in there really brings out the most out of that message. And the other thing that helps bring a lot of that message out too is Rose's phrasing in her vocals as well. Just, being able to accent the words the way that she should, be loud when she needs to be quiet when she needs to be, pronouncing the words with great diction, meaning she pronounces them as they're supposed to be pronounced, so that they're clear to you, the listener. So a lot of that stuff really brings out that message as well. And I think that if that weren't there, the song probably would have sounded a lot more boring. So of course this song is eligible for the top 20 of 2020, so I'm going to give you my verdict on whether I'm going to nominate it or not for the top 20, and my verdict is, yeah, I'm definitely going to nominate this song. Obviously, as I mentioned, the phrasing, the depth of the lyrics is just incredible in this song, and so it's really easy to see that this song deserves a spot in the top 20. So obviously it doesn't mean it's going to make it, but it's in the running. Alright, that's all I have on this video, you guys. Thank you all for watching. I do want to give a huge thank you to Rose's publishing manager, Chris Schimpf, over at Saxon Co. It's Rose's publishing company. I want to thank her for being able to use the images here and song and all that sort of stuff. And I strongly suggest you all go on over to Rose's website, rosecousins.com. You guys can check out tons more of her music over there. And I'll obviously link her social media, websites, and stuff down in the description below as well. And as always, if you have made some awesome music and you want it to be featured here on my channel, or if you know somebody who has some awesome music and you'd love to see it featured here on the channel, please let me know. I'd love to go and listen to it. If you send it to me here at my email, joshdell'ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com, or if you send a message to my Facebook page, facebook.com/joshdmusicalescapades, or if you leave it in the comments below here, I will go and check it out, and it may wind up being featured in a future episode. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, go make great music, everybody.